It's a brother
and a sister.
It's a brother and a sister.
Brother and a sister. Yo, brother. Yo, sister.
Yo, brother.
Now I'm trying to think.
How did we start? Just be natural. Just be natural.
Okay.
How's it?
Okay.
You good?
I'm great.
We're chilling.
Vibing.
My beautiful brother.
Beautiful sister.
I want to start first by saying you need to rest, bro.
Yes.
You've been pushing yourself so hard.
I have been. And yeah, no, I'm proud of it though.
Of course. It's all good things, I know.
Mm-hmm. But
yeah.
I think it's the thing that's killing my vibe right now is how I'm still unemployed, and everyone keeps saying like, well, I'm working on this joke or this concept about like unemployed people are the most busiest people.
Okay.
Like, they always have work to do or something
to submit. Someone to go meet.
There's always a new freelance opportunity thing that you gotta. The hustle is never off.
Yeah.
You know, whereas when you're employed, you just know like these hours of the day, that's all you gotta do.
You go to your job.
Yeah.
You come back.
Yeah.
So you're unemployed.
Mm-hmm. But I'm busy. I'm so busy. But it's good busy.
The hustle is so on. The 17-year age gap that we have, it's in moments like this that it really I feel maternal even towards you. Like, I want to make sure that you've eaten. I want to make sure that you've taken the nap for the day. I want to make sure, that you've got all your nice little things so that you can rest, so that when you need to go to the next week of hectic things, you're fine.
I see that. I feel that. This like you asked me what did I eat this morning.
Yeah.
And then it's like, and then when I told you, you smiled.
Okay, good.
I'm so proud. Like, I'm happy you had those Cheerios.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
That makes me happy. I have a friend the other day. You were fluish, and you took one of the medications I have a medical cabinet, but it was the one that makes you drowsy. So I was so worried that you were going to be driving from gig to gig drowsy. So I texted you, hey, this is the one you actually took. I hope you're feeling okay, And my friend was like, that's not your job. That's a grown man. I'm like, no. Hang on. I know he's a grown man, but I feel like that's part of my job.
Yeah. I see both sides.
Oh, so do you want me to pull away?
No.
Because I can. I'll save data, time.
You couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it.
Couldn't leave
I couldn't do it. It's impossible. It's impossible. Okay, so tell the people all of the things that you've been doing, because this weekend was busy.
Most of the things that I've been doing, I signed NDAs.
For real?
Yeah, so I can't tell the world what.
Can we give clues?
They are tuned into Comedy Central.
I think that's too close to your NDA.
That's too close. Yeah, but tune into channel 122.
Yeah.
Interesting things are coming soon from Khabane Muloy. And then I got tickets to go see Jim Jeffries as well.
I don't think you were supposed to mention his name.
No, that's fine.
That's fine. Okay,
that one's fine. Savannah hooked me up, and I went to go see Jim Jeffries live. And he's like, do you ever forget how much you like somebody, like your favorite artist, and then like you see them live, and it just makes it like, oh yeah, yeah. It was that.
Nice.
It was so fun. It was hilarious. So problematic. I didn't realize, like, this is gonna sound weird. I forgot that there's a lot of white people still in South Africa. Not in like a bad way, but like Jim Jeffries' audience is just white people.
Oh, it's because there were so many congregated in one place.
I was like, and like it was like every version of Afrikaans, hipsters, skaters.
Okay.
There were so many defenders when I like the car, like every other car that like when I was like going in and leaving, every car was a defender.
People are making money.
I was like, bro, are you not paying attention in Cyril's economy? Where's the struggle?
Where is the
Where's the
struggle? We
struggle? What is
don't know.
going on?
But this
But
was
yeah.
Pretoria as well.
Yeah, it
so,
was PT,
and
yeah.
his content is very, like, he skirts the line of controversy and just taking it just a little bit too far.
Yeah, no, it is very too far. He has like a 20-minute bit about just Oscar Pistorius. And like he's not even South African. And I'm sure you've seen South Africans talk about Oscar Pistorius for like maybe 2 minutes. He has like a 20-minute, I'm just gonna go in on this.
That's
like,
incredible.
Yeah, no.
Australian guy, no?
Australian guy.
That's nice.
Crazy. And yourself? How did you get up to?
I signed many NDAs. Whenever somebody asks me what I did for the weekend, I have to just start by saying I am my child's PA. I run his diary. He's very, very busy, full schedule of sports, rehearsals. I need to know which racket needs to go where. Do we need the extra bag for the extra kit? Is there a game today, or is it just a practice? How can we get from the one practice to the other game? That's my weekend.
Fair.
So one Saturday is done because that's the sports day, and then we can just have fun and chill out. And that's what we did. We needed a very restful weekend, so we did that. And it gave me an opportunity to watch the show that you put me on the other day.
You finally watched Arcane?
I watched Arcane.
Okay.
And can I tell you, you're right. Character development, writing. I don't know as much as you do about animation, but it looked spectacular.
It's one of the best.
It looked so good.
Yeah.
And each character looked like, because they're 4 siblings. I don't think that gives it away, right? Or are they siblings?
So
they're just like...
There's 2 siblings, but the other 2 that you see are like, they're like very close.
But they're
yeah.
So I was going to say siblings usually will have some sort of feature that matches each other. But with them, they all kind of seem like
Unique.
a crew, but still unique. It was so good. And the storyline is so interesting as well. I really enjoyed it.
Okay. No.
You really put me on. Thank you.
Shout outs.
Shout outs to you, bro.
Okay, then I'm happy.
Good.
I'm happy. How you feeling?
I'm ready to have a break.
Yes.
Emotionally, I'm okay. There's a little bit of end of year anxiety that always, pops in. And then I don't have a lot of FOMO in life in general.
Real?
I don't really have a lot of FOMO. There are lots of things that I'll always be like, oh, it would be nice to go with you. But then I have to think about, you must then put on your shoes, the right bra if you're going to jump up and down. It's tiring. So, no, I don't have a lot of FOMO. But I get December FOMO.
For real?
Yeah, I get beach FOMO.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I get beach FOMO hard. So I'm in that position now where I'm like, what are we going to do? What am I going to do? How am I going to do it? And you also want to wrap the year strong, So that's how I feel. How do you feel?
I mean, you mentioned anxiety.
Yeah.
And that actually fits perfectly for this topic.
Okay.
Because today we're going to be talking about anxiety, the good, the bad, the ugly. Is there good in anxiety, you say?
I don't know. Maybe it pushes you to walk a little faster, get things done faster. Because you're moving, you're anxious.
Yes. You get things done, fair. But in terms of your question for me,
which was, how are you?
How am I?
Yeah.
I've been feeling kind of anxious lately.
Okay.
Just because there's a lot going on. And there's a part of me that's like, I really hope I don't neglect anything. Like, I always feel like I've forgotten something, or I've made a mistake, or I don't know. I always feel like I'm in trouble. And and it's just like, no, it's fine. Everything's good. That's why, like, I ask people like 6 times, are we good? Are we good? Are we good?
Really?
Like, no. I mean, it's like, yeah, we're good. The only issue is that you keep asking me that is their issue. And it's like.
So, like, if mom phones you, do you immediately have the worst possible scenario in mind before you answer?
Yes.
Okay.
But that's if anyone phones me.
Okay. That's where I was getting to. So and then if you get a text or an email, immediately you're like, what could this be about?
But it's normally, you know what it also is?
What?
I hate the fact that people want to be vague. Like, someone will text you and just be, we need to talk. And it's like, what? what is the problem? What is the issue?
This is
say it in the
no.
say it
This
in
is
the thing.
Johan that you're talking about. This is not any of us, because we will write paragraphs. This is what happened, and this is what we need, and don't forget the blue ones on the top shelf. So this is others.
I mean, there's relationship anxiety as well. That's something that I realized recently. Because when I was younger, a lot of people always said that like I have commitment issues, and they're like, you're scared of commitment.
How much younger? You're 23.
Exactly.
What was?
Like, why am I getting?
Why are you committed,
bro? We're in NS. What am I?
Yeah,
We're doing
like,
EMS right now. What am I
relax.
committing to,
Your homework.
dude? I didn't even commit to that. Now you want me to? Come on, dude, relax.
So people told you that.
So people told me that like you have commitment issues, and I was like, I always felt crazy when people said that, because firstly, yes, I was young, but then also secondly, like we're so like new to this life, to this world, that like what are we actually even getting committed to? I think people always want like you to just sign on to everything as soon as you get an opportunity to sign on things, and you don't even realize what you've just signed yourself up for. You know, you've enlisted into this crazy situation for the next 10 years, and you don't even like doing it for.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about just like, firstly, relationships.
Okay.
A lot of people seem to be very eager to want to be in a relationship. They want to be in a relationship more than they even want to be with the person that they're with.
Right.
And that's always been a weird thing to me. And like, why? Because we're also born in a generation where there's no pressure. Like, women don't have to get married by 20.
No.
You know, I made that
even by 30 or 40, to be honest.
And there we go. I made that TikTok the other day, just thinking about Granny got married at 20. I think she was expecting her first child as well.
At 21. At
21.
Yeah.
And then
the first child came.
Yeah, and I'm here rewatching The Office.
Right?
Like, I'm 23 and I'm chilling.
But times are different. Times have changed. Mm-hmm. There are very specific matters that women don't have to deal with anymore.
Yes.
That allow us the agency not to get married, to choose marriage. It's a choice now, right? Mm-hmm. Before, I think all the way into the 70s even, you couldn't get a credit card, or you can correct me if I'm wrong, you had a man to co-sign for you for a house, a credit card, like a bank account. So that then is your father, your husband, maybe even your brother, but there had to be a man
involved
who can say, yeah, this woman is okay. She knows how to handle things. That's the 70s. That's not 1870.
No.
So we're in a very, very new time. We're all brand new to this situation, because I think for a woman, we also would love to be in a partnership. I think it's human nature. I wish that part of human nature in me would be removed, because the time it takes. But it's human nature. We want to pair up. We want to even procreate. We want all of those things. Those are like the foundations of being a human. But now when you work out all the scenarios, nobody has to be married at 20.
No.
Nothing's going to escape you. And you know what I always say to you, Shem? Build your life in your 20s. Build your career. Do best.
Fail.
Fail. Exactly. Make mistakes. Pick yourself up again. Learn yourself. And then, later. And you guys are even lucky. The Rolling Stones guy is in his 70s and he's just made a baby.
Yeah, no.
There's time for you.
Yeah, there's time.
Whether you'll be around long enough to see the baby run, who cares?
That's a story for
That's a story for another day.
So which man did you ask for to get your credit card?
I asked the Lord above to come down with his blessings.
My fault, OG. My fault. So that
if I had to ask a man, I'd ask you.
Is it?
Yes.
I'm such a troll.
I'd ask you. I would ask you.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's a great choice.
Yeah.
I would troll you for like just the first 5 minutes.
I know.
So you want to go into banking, Nana?
Look at you, Nana.
That time I probably also don't have a bank account because
You troll me all the way driving me there. You troll me in the queue to get there. You troll me the whole time.
Yeah, I know. But see, that is also very interesting in terms of like the idea of failing that
Yeah.
you're talking about. It's so crazy the level of like anxiousness one has when it comes to failing, not necessarily for themselves, but for other people.
Yeah.
You know, like we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to succeed immediately.
Yeah.
Like right now, I keep telling myself I just want to do well so that Granny sees.
Oh.
You know, like I want Granny just to see before, you know, and that's like, and then
that's really, really beautiful.
Not here, not on the podcast.
That's really beautiful, and I get it. A lot of my drive was similar, you know, because Granny, and I was Granny and Grandpa's kid. You know, they were my everything, and I wanted them to be able to see. Okay, here we go. That's why I bring at least one of my awards every time. They'll see it here. I think that's really beautiful.
But it's also very stressful.
Of course.
I think it's unnecessary. It's good for the drive to do it. Like that thing of like, is there good anxiety? Is there bad anxiety? And then sometimes people only operate if they're feeling anxious.
But how can we reframe it? Because I think anxiety, there's a wonderful thing that Gen Zs have brought into the world, is being able to identify feelings. And now we have names for things, right? Mm-hmm. So we have names for what kind of attachment style you have. Mm-hmm. Now we have names for if you have attention deficit issues. You know, we have all these names. And anxiety now, I mean, it's anxiety everywhere. There are jokes where people phone into work and be like, yo, man, I'm feeling too anxious to come to work today, right? And this is what managers are dealing with. So I don't know how we can reframe it for you that it isn't an unhelpful feeling. It isn't unhealthy. It feels more motivating.
That's interesting because I think as the person that's experiencing it, it's very hard, like outside looking in and seeing the positives. But I see where you're coming from because I am trying to look at it from a more positive way. Because as soon as this feeling did start coming more and more and more, life started getting better for me in the sense that like I kind of almost chased the feeling. Yes. Like even with I don't know if I'm gonna do well at a comedy show if I don't have a little bit of performance anxiety.
Yes.
Where just before I go on stage, if I feel like the whole world is gonna end and I like the butterflies in the stomach and everything, then I know, okay, no, the show's gonna be great.
Yes.
But if I don't have that, then I'm like, yo, Khabane, getting a bit too big for your britches, eh? Like, I'm not sure.
So it can be maybe called drive. Mm-hmm. Or like, there must be a one word for the sentence I'm going to say, but it is a showcase of how important this event is to you. Mm-hmm. So it's so important that like, oh, okay, this is an important thing that I have to do, and you feel those feelings. Mm-hmm. And listen, I'm not denying your feeling of anxiety. It's real, it exists, I understand. Mm-hmm. But I just always try to think, okay, what else can we reframe this feeling as? Because we know we have it. And we don't want our lives to feel ugly.
Yes.
You don't want to be on this once in a lifetime trajectory of whatever it is you're trying to accomplish or doing or in the moment, you know, you don't want your life to feel pop.
Yes.
That's all I'm just suggesting. It's just a suggestion. You don't have
What-
to take it.
What do you do to combat that pop feeling?
First of all, I'm never anxious, especially before going on stage. I'm anxious like 90% of the time before I get on stage. But I learned very early on that if I'm not anxious, it means that I'm not present. I'm not like on my feet, on my toes. Anything can happen around you. You've got to be able to be witty and pick it up. And if I don't have a level of like hype in me, then I'm just a robot. I'm just walking and sleeping and talking, right? And I don't like that. So I embrace it now. 122 years later, I embrace it. It's okay. It's fine. And then I do silly things, silly to others, but they work. So I do deep breathing, but I also do the Wonder Woman pose. Do you know about this?
You stand.
Yeah. I try to find somewhere private, and then I do the Wonder Woman pose, and I stand there like chest out, stomach in, and I go through my head. There's a reason I was chosen for this. I'm too blessed to be stressed. I know exactly what I need to do. I've rehearsed. The script is in me. I already know what's going on. Anything going wrong today, I have faith in my own skill, talent, and ability. And then,
That's fantastic.
yeah, you have to tell yourself that.
Yeah.
You have to big yourself up. And then when I first started gymming, I'd do a few push-ups before I went on stage. I'd be in ball gowns doing push-ups before I went on stage. So you find your own thing.
Who is this very butch man getting married to? Jesus.
I don't understand what you just said.
No, like you just actually just doing push-ups in a wedding gown. Like
Oh.
this butch brother is just like out here. Like, no? Okay.
I didn't understand.
Didn't land. Okay.
Sorry.
I'll keep it moving.
You, I love. That joke.
You said something that like also made me trip a little
Okay.
of just like you have to remind yourself that they picked you,
Yeah.
you know, because I've had my moments where like
I know what you're gonna tell me.
I've had my moments where like I get so stressed out because also people don't help you feel more secure.
People are outrageous.
Like I got asked to do a job.
Yeah.
And then in the briefing, they were telling me, listen, we weren't really sure about picking you, but someone insisted on having you. And it was...
If there was a list of people we could use for this gig, you would probably not have been on the list, but there was a push towards you. They told you some really rank stuff.
And it wasn't even like they were trying to be mean. They were just telling me like, yo, your social media numbers are not as good as other people that we wanted.
Right.
Which I 100% understand.
Right.
But them telling me this just before I'm about to like the actual gig.
Yeah.
Immediately like now I'm overthinking, I'm stressed out. And it's just like, why did y'all really didn't have to tell me this? Like at all.
Did your anxiety spike after that?
Them telling me or
yeah.
Yes.
Of course.
It went crazy.
Yeah.
And I started trying to like go to as many comedy shows to just remind myself that I'm good under pressure and
brilliant. Yes.
But it's still that feeling didn't leave. And it was just like,
and then okay, in NDA left, right, and center. So after you did the gig and you performed, and I know how you performed, how did you feel?
So relieved. I felt fantastic. The way I wanted to like go out to people and be like, say something now, like say something. I dare you. Like, the level of ego that I had after that. It felt fantastic. But have you ever been in a situation like that?
Of course. Of course. The latest, and this is very recent, I did a gig for an industry that I don't often do MC work for, right? So, like, I do a lot of banking stuff. I do a lot of women in tech. I do a lot of, women's events. I do a lot of gala dinners, prize givings. And this particular one, I was booked. And I go through my script like I always do. I prepare like I always do. I make myself look as beautiful as I can. I'm presentable, whatever. And in the first starters break, some guy made his way. We weren't like walking in the same direction. I saw him stand. He saw me walk outside. I saw him stand. Excuse me. Found his way to me. And he took my hand and he said, "Yeah, no, I didn't think that you could manage this one. Hey, I didn't think you could do it. But you're doing all right, eh? You're doing all right."
What? That man went out of his way to inform me that, hey, man.
I had no faith in you. Oh, I've had a manager as well say that.
I have no faith in you.
I have no faith in you. Yeah.
And I know for a fact, even them saying, I have no faith in you, immediately all you hear is, you're trash. You don't hear what they're saying. What they're saying just feels 6 times worse.
Maybe it's because I've gone through this type of thing a lot.
Uh-huh.
But if you're going to tell me that, I'm going to show you.
Fair.
That's the way. Like, oh, you think so?
Mm-hmm.
Sharp, let's see. Fine, let's see. We're fighting. Now we're fighting. It is a fight.
That is true. A lot of the time when people tell me negative things,
yeah,
I just straight up, they're not trying to be nice. That pushes me into like, I'll show you.
Okay, cool. That's what you believe, ne? Have a good night tonight. Because tomorrow, you are going to suffer.
I'm going to rock.
Yeah, she actually said in a meeting, we have no faith. It was her personally. She had no faith because there were many managers in that business. I'm trying not to say too much. She said, I have no faith in you. And then she also said a very weird thing. She said, you rely too much on your talent.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? I'm at rehearsal just like everybody else in the crew.
Mm-hmm.
I learn my lines, input lines. Mm-hmm. We're writing gags together. We're all together on the crew. Now suddenly I'm relying too much on my talent.
But even that, it's like, didn't you hire me because of the talent?
She has no faith in me, bruh. She doesn't. But I showed them. In a very kind and gentle, spiritual way.
Because I showed them, it just started like, yo, next week it's going to be hearing a story that someone got punched in the face.
No, and this was a very long time ago. Uh-huh. I'm only mentioning it because we're talking about this concept. So it's not something I carry with me. But every now and then, if I suddenly feel insecure, I just remember this woman sitting across from me telling me she personally has no faith in me and that my talent, you are using too much of your talent.
Gotcha.
Please use less of your talent. Can you be more kak? Just be Wesa. Then we'll be a better show.
Nah,
if you can just
average yourself.
Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to turn off your mic. And you can just sit there.
And twiddle your thumbs.
There we go. That might take too much talent. So just sit. Just sit. So yeah. It happens in this business a lot. Mm-hmm. I do believe from conversations that I've had with people that it happens in the corporate industry a lot as well. Uh-huh. So as you're rising up the corporate ladder, it happens a lot. And you'll have management who almost take it upon themselves to put you down, to try and get you off course. And a lot of that stuff is about them as people. It has nothing to do with you. So someone had no faith in this woman. She's sitting there having no faith in herself. She's projecting it on me.
Yeah. It's so deep.
But first I have to come home and, I have a debrief after shoots and shows. And then this one said this. And then they said this. Me, no talent. And I get it all out. Mm-hmm. And then in the next few days, we have a game plan. We know exactly what to do.
How to get through it.
And so I'm happy that this happened so early on in your career. So you can feel all those feelings, and you can see that very often decisions are made about who gets cast and who doesn't get cast purely based on who's flavor of the week, someone's uncle. A lot of the time that does happen.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because I know you had somebody who really advocated for you because they believed in your talent.
Yeah, I know.
And the way you performed,
C'est la vie. The rest is history.
you used all your talent that day.
Yeah, I had to.
You had so much.
And I think that's the one thing of like, if I could implore the world or anyone,
Sure.
it's just like, when you see someone is tripping out, stressed out, check in on people. Try and like, don't make life harder for other people. I don't understand why people do that. Because I think also there's this weird mindset that there's not enough for everybody.
Yeah.
And I get it, especially if you haven't been eating in a while.
Yes.
It comes like,
it feels that way.
it does feel that way.
know.
So I can acknowledge that. But you trying to make people feel like they should also go hungry, or they should also be suffering or whatever, doesn't add anything on your spirit, on your soul.
Yeah, it's
it
true.
just takes away. And like, I have anxiety, that's just gonna come back on you, and now you're depressed, bro. Because you're just spreading negativity.
I think you're absolutely right, and I think it's very unfair when people just go out of their way to be asshats. It's ridiculous. But I just want to also say that, if you have the capacity to, and I know we're all at different levels financially and medical aidly and all of that, but try see a professional.
Yes, definitely.
And I am a very big fan of medication. You don't have to live on medication for the rest of your life, but if you're going through something that requires so much of yourself that it's hard, it's okay to take a prescription medication that is from the psychiatrist because a psychologist has referred you there, and you can be on medication. I think that is a very, very good idea. Oh, and lift heavy weights. I'm telling you now, lifting heavy weights has changed my whole life.
Fair.
I love it so much.
Okay.
Like, I'm thinking of lifting heavy weights right now.
Just lift the couch real quick, just to.
I will. When we're done, I think I will.
I get that. Do you have any other suggestions in terms of how one can combat the negative feelings, the negative words that are always playing in one's head?
I think you've got to replace the negative words that are in your head. So with the explanation of doing the Superwoman pose, you've also got to tell yourself a new story. So every day, you've seen on my mirror where I do my makeup, I have 4 little affirmations.
Yeah.
And those are the things that I say to myself every single time I do my makeup. And sometimes it can take me an hour and a half to do my makeup. So I say it a lot. And I remind myself of that. And Granny taught us how to pray. So I'm always affirming very positive things in my mind. Sometimes waflopa, and you start saying ugly things about yourself. Fine, but we're human, we make errors. But I find that really works. Because if you're walking around feeling like, I wonder why they chose me, I don't even belong here, what am I, then that's what's going to manifest in your life.
Yeah.
But the more you tell yourself, you know what, I am capable in all ways. My talent always sees me through. I'm hardworking and dedicated and diligent. I am what this client is looking for. No matter what happens here, I always have faith that new work will always come. I will never go hungry. I will never be poor. I will, you tell yourself, whatever.
Yeah.
Because for years you kept saying, I don't want to be short. And now look at you.
I'm sick of this, not height. I'm sick of this. Not reaching the top cupboard.
Yeah,
man.
I want to reach the top cupboard. And God listened.
That is so real, because as soon as I felt that in sports,
Right.
where as soon as I started telling myself that I'm dope, or just stopped the mindset of like I'm one of the worst players on the team, then suddenly they started picking me for like to start the matches and to be one of the top players. Because
Wow.
it literally all stems from your self-belief. There's times where literally like their other team is way bigger than you. They're like just
You're talking about basketball.
basketball, yeah, specifically basketball, where you can see this team athletically they have an advantage.
Sure.
But then you have the right self-talk, and that can take you so much further.
Yeah.
Like way, way further. So I definitely implore people the affirmation thing.
Yeah.
For sure. And then also surround yourself with people that like are as positive as you are.
Yes.
Or even if they're maybe not positive, but like they remind themselves and each other that like, yo, you're dope. Because if you're surrounding yourself with people all the time that are like, hey, we didn't want to hire you, or what did she say? I didn't have faith in you. You must have 6 other people
I don't have faith in you. Show me. Then why did you hire me? Why did you hire me?
So every one person that says I don't have faith in you, you must have like 12 other people being like, yo, I believe in you.
100%.
Like,
and people, I think a lot of the time, yes, you can go through ups and downs with friends, and you know, even if your cousins are your friends, whatever, it's people relations. But there are gonna be people who are on your side and in your corner. There's gonna be someone who just a text, you're gonna go, flip, I'm about to do this thing, and my heart, and then they'll go, remember when you did this in 2007? Remember when you're the captain of the, you are so amazing, don't forget. And they'll remind you. I have that. I have a friend who I can just say, I'm crawling through this day. Oh my gosh. But don't forget, you've done this before. This is why you're in this position, because now it's trophy time. Go, 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 you know? And you've got to do that. You've got to.
you have to protect yourself.
I think I'm only learning this now. Over the last, I'm going to even say this year, 2024, the intentionality of how you build your life is everything. The intention behind how and why you build a relationship and a friendship with someone. What is your intention? No, we just like Monate. That's fine. So that is your Monate friend. So don't go to your Monate friend crying about things, because they know Monate. And then you have your friend who is your like soul sister, who will always be there, who you can allow yourself to cry with. And you know that person's position. Now they can come to Monate with you, but still don't forget that you have to remember who you are intentionally sharing your life with in different ways. And I'm sorry, I feel very lucky that I have you in my life, because I think that you cover a lot of those bases for me.
Thank you. And I'm also very blessed that you're here. Luckily, I have an older mom, sister, friend, big homie, to actually like remind me that like everything's gonna be good and I'm dope and all.
I need that printed on a t-shirt. For it to be real, I need a skip.
Big homie.
Big home. What did you say? Second mom, big homie.
Friend.
I like big homie a lot. Sister friend, big homie, sister friend. There we go. I love it.
No.
Are you gonna put me on this week?
I just want to say I love what you said, that about the intentionality.
Oh yes.
That is such a beautiful thing that you said, and I'm definitely gonna take that.
Yeah. I think we just roll through life sometimes. We just take opportunities. Okay, no opportunities, move. You're moved by the weather. You're moved by every dog that barks at the wheel of the car that you're driving at. You know what I mean? Like, we just roll with it. But what's your intentionality?
Yeah.
Why am I going to allow this thing, whatever it is, circumstance, person, interaction, to set me off course? My course is, I want a joyful life.
Yes.
I want a joyful life. I want, when we walk into the house, we are singing. Mom gets on the piano. She's playing. Like, it's fun. It's joy. It's warm. Like, we're late this year. We've got to put our Christmas tree up.
And Let's do it. I'll do it. Yeah.
Well, no, but you don't have to do it alone. Okay, you're gonna go get the boxes from the store.
I mean, I'm gonna get
because that part I'm not gonna.
I mean,
do.
I'm gonna get the boys to do it. Like,
yeah,
and
like
then-
that is our thing, and
no-
it becomes a fun tradition. That's all I want, deliciousness. And so, if you're gonna come with fraught fruit in, it doesn't fit with my joy.
Yeah.
Keep it.
Be very intentional.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I just was like just really appreciating what you said that because that was very beautiful.
Oh, thank you. And I'm only learning that now, so slowly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Put me on.
I'm ready to be put on.
You put me on, bro.
Put me on, sis. Put me on. Put me on. Put me on.
I start this time, no?
Yeah, you actually should start.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. First of all, thank you, Daddy Spotify, for all that you do for us as podcasters, but also for us as listeners of music. Oh my gosh. So, I'm always going to play a throwback. But then I looked for specific throwbacks it's a very specific time. Because if you say 90s, it goes too far 90s for me, and I don't relate anymore. And if you say 2000s, it goes past 2010, and then suddenly I'm listening to Sabrina Carpenter. I don't need it now. So I said 90s, 2000, urban, which means black jams.
This is the politically nice way to say the N word for real.
No. I don't think we need to go.
Urban. Wow.
Your outfit is so urban, so edgy. Okay, anyway, back to the playlist. So it's called Urban Hits 90s, 2000s. And this playlist starts with the queen herself, Jennifer Lopez. Ah.
So every time
Jennifer.
I think of J-Lo, I just think of, you go to Philly and you order the orange juice, and if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
And unfortunately, I do believe she doesn't even know. But it's okay, because I'll always be a J-Lo stan. And it's If You Had My Love.
Oh.
And I love her positioning in the song. Now, if I give you me, what's it going to be? First of all, and I'm going to give you rules. First of all, I won't take you cheating on me. If you want my love and my time, come correct, brother. Ah, Jennifer. And then she comes out and she's in a small panty and the, curtains are going like this and it's fantastic. Love that song. Epic, 10 out of 10. Highly recommend.
Would you suggest I also go check out the music video?
Oh, yes, absolutely. You're over 18 now. You can.
It's time.
Second song on the playlist, No Scrubs by TLC.
Oh, that's actually I don't listen to much R&B. That's one of those ones that yeah.
I think we were too deep in our dancing and learning choreography and doing things like that with our necks to listen to the lyrics, because that song is an instruction manual that I have seen many people complain that they did not follow those instructions and they were plainly in front of us, all right?
Well, y'all dating some scrubs now.
Well, this is part of the thing. So they say a scrub is a guy that thinks he's fly. So now you're looking, oh, you think you fly, don't you? That's him.
Yeah.
Run away. Also known as a basta. Fine. And basta, you can change for any swear word you want. It's fine. If he has no car and he's walking, oh yes, I'm talking to you. How many of us have given people lifts? If he has a shorty and he don't show love, so he has a child and he's not showing love to that child, but we're like, I'm going to date you anyway because you are magical.
I think he's going to give me love.
Yeah, he'll give me love. What else do they say? If you have a shorty and you don't show love, oh yes, I'm talking to you. Wanna get with me with no money? Oh no. And so many women have come together and just mourned the fact that the script was written there, man. And we have made a lot of bad choices in our lives.
But I think that's changing in our generation.
Okay.
Like,
What?
girls won't even talk to you. And, like, if you ain't got your finances in order.
They are following No Scrubs. They have listened to the script. It's us. We had the problem, millennials. And I think it's okay because we were dancing. We were big on dancing and learning choreography.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we need that back.
Then there's a song here by Tony Braxton called He Wasn't Man Enough.
Oof.
You listen to that woman and she comes out with a you think I am? Don't you think that you are my man? But I choose to let you go. How can you not love it? How can you not love it? How can you not love it?
Yeah, so y'all had mumble rappers before us.
And it was
And
Tony Braxton.
You see, y'all whippersnappers, y'all out here making fun of us whippersnappers for our weird music. Y'all had okay, it's fine.
Then somehow they sparkled in there Asha,
Mm-hmm.
You Make Me Wanna, which is a song about cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? He literally says, you, new girl, make me want to leave the one I'm with, start a new relationship with you. This is what you do. Hey, just go break up with her. It's fine. And start a new, it's fine. But no, he's going to write a song explaining every detail. Usher does that a lot. Even in Confessions, he explained so many details about how he drove up to go confess. You know, he got in his whip. He has to tell you he has a whip.
How
I
much
drive it
petrol
to
did he put in
yes.
the
How
car?
much? It was raining. I drive up to you, pull up to your stairs. All right, too many details. And I love Usher, but yo, that's a lot. But he's in there, and then I'm trying to think one more. There are two that are great here. I'll just mention the one, and I'll tell you the story of the other. Try Again by Aaliyah is iconic.
Of course.
Boo, 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 boo. Iconic.
How was
Iconic.
that sound?
That's Timberland.
For real? Oh,
That's
no,
Timberland
no.
production.
Got you.
It makes sense now, no?
That sounds like that sounds like a Timberland thing.
Timberland. And then the next thing is A. Marie, One Thing. Oh, trying to let you go. That one you must watch the video immediately. And then you must think about who was also coming out at that time. One young Beyonce.
A word?
Yes. And there are conspiracy theorists out there. I am not one of them. I only know this, okay, because I've seen a lot of conspiracy theorists. And they say A. Marie is one of the only artists who could ever have taken on Beyonce. From the songwriting to the body to the dancing to the looks to everything. And they say A. Marie would have been the only artist, Aaliyah gets mentioned too, to take on Beyonce. Okay, A. Marie. Where is A. Marie? Okupi u A. Marie.
It's crazy. I can never take away from Beyonce though.
No. I mean,
For
I'm
me,
a stan.
For me, it will always be the fact that she made that Single Ladies beat. Actually, she somehow managed to make a hit from that beat. Like,
Please do yourself a favor and go just listen to the pure beat of
the instrumental of Single Ladies.
Of Single Ladies.
And ask yourself why this makes you happy.
Yeah. And ask yourself, how did she do this?
Because like we were talking about anxiety.
Yes.
And the reason why we even came up with the topic for today was because we were listening to the instrumental
That
of
is
Single
correct.
Ladies. And I was like, oh, this is what anxiety sounds like.
Absolutely.
Yes. So no,
Yeah.
I get that.
Absolutely.
What did you say? What did you say that
Like
random sound?
weird, nothing you can understand is happening in that song. It is the soundtrack to anxiety. The instrumental. What Beyonce wrote is a masterpiece
Yes, no, it's a
of
great song.
only queenship and
Perfection.
perfection.
There we go. What did you say the playlist was called?
Oh, urban hits 90s and 00s, thousands.
Urban hits 90s and 2000s.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I will definitely
On
check it.
Spotify.
On Spotify.
You've got to listen to it.
Thank you, Daddy.
And you
Spotify.
mustn't skip. Just listen from one to the end.
Uh-huh.
And then go watch the videos of the ones that you like.
Okay, cool.
Thank you, Daddy Spotify.
At all times, we love you, Daddy Spotify. That's awesome. I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna check that one out because I don't listen to much R&B. It's tough.
Really?
Yeah.
But you're into Thames and SZA and all of those.
But like now, like my artists now are they like most on the spiritual vibe. Where
Okay.
they're just like they're not talking about like relationships. They're talking about how they like R&B has rap elements in it now, where people are like flexing. It's not a love story. It's like how much they like. Even when I listen to Billie Eilish right now, she has a song where the entire song is about how she's fallen in love with herself.
Oh.
You know, so it's like there's more self-love than relationship love nowadays, which says a lot about the time, I guess. Anyway, can I put you on?
Yes. And I feel like I'm qualified this time because I actually watched Arcane.
Yeah, I think you'll definitely like this one. So there's an artist currently doing a residency in Art on Keys.
Okay.
He goes by the name Samurai Farai.
Okay.
I think he's mixed Mozambique and Capetonian
Visual art.
visual arts. He's a
Right.
painter,
Beautiful.
urban
Urban,
artist,
of course.
contemporary artist. He's very dope. He's very cool. And specifically the way how he makes art, it's for me, I think it's very refreshing. Because he incorporates a lot of like overseas inspirations, but he makes it very African.
Right.
And I love that. But when I was actually at the show, because I don't usually go to like art shows when it's packed, when like on the opening day of the
Okay.
actual art show. I go by myself to just like have my own interpretations, really like just look at the art and just try and connect with it.
How
on my
very
own thing.
Beyonce and Jay-Z of you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the ladies working at the gallery were telling me how a lot of overseas art collectors were comparing his work to overseas artists and saying that the problem is too much American influence. And I think the one thing I definitely like, my rebuttal to that is we are living in a time where culture is becoming more and more integrated with each other, so much that you classifying African art and saying the African art must be like specifically shaped in the way you think
Sure.
African art is the most un-African thing you can do. Like it's like every single picture that's made by a South African must have a mud hut in it to be like proven that it's
actually quite bigoted and small-minded.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, because the influences that we have, art is a reflection of its time.
Yeah.
So let it reflect what the people are seeing.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
young Africans,
We are influenced
in a
by-
different world.
Yes. We're influenced by everything. We have anime from the East.
Yes.
We have hip hop from the West. And then we have African from back home. That we
Yes.
put all into one thing. And it's like you being able to say, it's not Sutu enough, or it's not this enough. I think that's the thing that always kills me, is that people are always so ready to say it's not black enough, it's not African enough. Everyone is so willing to just strip away your Africanness as soon as they don't vibe with it.
Wow.
And it's just like, no, it's its own thing. And the future of where art is going doesn't necessarily have to be what it was 20 years ago. So
I don't think you've ever taken me to a gallery with you.
real.
I've
Okay.
thought about it hard in this last 2 minutes.
Then that's something that I will actively put you on. I think we should go this weekend.
Okay.
Because also the he's going to be showing till 2025.
Oh,
So you
perfect.
definitely have time to definitely check it out.
I'm in.
Awesome. So yes, go check out Samurai Farai, showing his art in Rosebank Art on
I just
Keys.
also want to make sure everyone knows that the pieces behind Khabane are his pieces. That's his actual art out of his own those thumbs and fingers and dance moves. My brother is a visual artist as well. And this Converse is just here because look at us both
We're
today.
trying to get sponsored, but
Look at us both.
shout outs. My chucks are dirty today, but if that's the goal, the Converse sponsorship.
Hang on, you can't stretch your leg like this.
Oh, do you hear that click? Yes, yes. Dog, why did you make me do that? Jeez, man.
I'll carry you on my back
Yeah, man, we gotta
for the
wrap up
rest of our
podcast.
lives.
I gotta go to the hospital to check on my old people
As
knees.
skis.
But yes,
This was fun.
this is awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much for this conversation. Thank you, Spotify, as always.
As always,
I'm Khabane Muloy.
I'm Pabi Muloi.
And this was a brother and a sister podcast. Bye.
Bye.